Hi, I'm Dan from Eflowtion Support Services and welcome to this EFT Tapping on Everyday Soldiers. When we think of things like trauma, we normally envision or invoke imagery of soldiers going to war and returning with things like PTSD or shell shock. Now, when we do look at the word trauma, it comes from the Latin root of the word meaning wounding or to be wounded. Now, in our everyday lives, we do take on some wounds, we do take on some scars. It's hard to get life throughout without any scars, for example. And when we do look at our own bodies, there is no actual separate pain receptors that determine between physical and emotional pain. So the emotional wounds that we take still elicit the same physical response to pain as a physical wound, as in taking on a physical trauma. So with that in mind, let's do an EFT tapping on everyday soldiers and taking full responsibility for your own well-being. Let's begin to tap. Even though I'm an everyday soldier, and I've been fighting some battles. It feels like every day is a battle. It's a fight to survive. I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I'm an everyday soldier, and I've been fighting some battles. And I've been accumulating some wounds. These emotional wounds. I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I just want peacetime. It seems the world is a scary place. I'm constantly at war with myself and with others. I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. This everyday soldier I've been fighting through each day. Feels like life's a battle. A losing battle. I'm just fighting to survive. And this world around me keeps wanting to shoot me down. Keeps wanting to do me damage. I just keep taking these wounds. And it's very painful. And it wears me down. All these words of mass destruction that get directed towards me, trying to destroy my sense of character, my sense of self. And I've just got to keep my head up, keep that stiff upper lip, keep on marching forward through this battle called life, because I'm an everyday soldier. And this stiff upper lip extends a bit further than my lip. Because when people have ill intention towards me, be they my enemies or my perceived allies, my body gets very tense. It starts to tense up. It feels like I'm wearing a suit of armor. The suit of armor is trying to protect me from this world that means me harm. And all I want is peacetime. peace within myself, and peace in my environment. But I'm always on the ready for the next attack, for the next sneak attack. And I might lose sleep over this. I might feel at dis-ease with myself. And I might be quick to react, to pick up my rifle and start shooting back some harmful words of my own. And sometimes there's some friendly fire in this action, because the people I'm fighting, even though they might be my friends and allies, they might pull upon some triggers that remind me of past battles. And like a good soldier who's been through many drills before, I instantly react. And I start doing some harm to these good people, based on how I was trained, based on how I was conditioned in my past. And all this anger that I feel within myself, all this hurt that I feel, all this blame, all this shame, may have been some propaganda used against me. And that's how I was raised. It becomes my internal belief. But if I look at it this way, these were beliefs conditioned into me, not my true beliefs. And when I do experience these emotions, it doesn't feel nice. Because when I consider peaceful thoughts, when I consider peaceful actions, I feel more at ease within myself, and less at dis-ease with myself. Less inner turmoil, and less inner conflict. And maybe that's the true me. The me that just wants peace. The me that wants love and acceptance. But I'm viewing this world as a scary place. But I need to constantly fight. Because I may have been raised in this world. And I need to fight fire with fire as my best response to it. And it may be scary to consider, to drop my armor, to walk away from the fight, because it's kept me safe before, and it's kept me alive. And a soldier doesn't go against his conditioning. But if a soldier's duty is to protect the country state, then perhaps maybe I've been protecting myself from a world that I fear. There might be other people doing exactly the same thing. And that might have been how I got my conditioning. So maybe it's smarter and wiser to start shedding this armor, because it's painful to wear. If I take off these goggles that sees everything as a target, I might start to see some good in the world. But I've been conditioned well. But this is not my conditioning. This is not who I am. Who I am just wanted love. Who I am just wanted peace. Who I am just wanted acceptance. Who I am just wanted to be understood. And who I am wanted to be valued as a human being, rather than a soldier, fighting these endless battles with others and with myself. And when I think to times in my life where I've had something very valuable that's been precious to me, and someone with some bad conditioning came along and hurt that, did I respond in anger? So when I have love, or when I want love, or when I deserve love, and I get hurt, I might start shooting back some words. I might start fighting fire with fire. It's very hard to nurture a heart with a flamethrower. It's very hard to mend wounds with barbed wire. This is kind of what this armor feels like. So even though it feels like it's helping me, it's actually restricting my life and making me see the world as a painful threat that I have to do battle with, that I have to be constantly at war with, and feel constantly unsafe. I'm open to the possibility that I don't have to fight it all the time. That these wounds that I've sustained are from people who are equally hurt. And that doesn't make it right. And that doesn't make it fair. But do I want to cause the same damage to people who I feel deserve it, or who are undeserving of my declaration of war? Maybe I want to declare peace for once. Maybe I want to call a truce on myself and start mending the damage of war. this internal war that's been going on inside of me, so I can heal my wounds, start moving into peace. I'm releasing this anger that I feel. I'm releasing this anger that I feel towards others. I'm releasing this anger I feel towards myself. I'm giving myself a Medal of Honor for surviving this long. And I'm going to honor myself now. I'm going to honor my future relationships with people by retiring my weapons and moving into some peace. Peace with myself, peace with others, and having some space whenever my trigger gets pulled to stop and pause and remember the damage that was done to me, and have the clarity of thought to think, is this what I want to do to other people? In body, mind, and spirit. Taking a deep breath in and out. So yes, the metaphor of everyday soldiers, we can feel like we are battling through every day to survive, to get through. Whether you've experienced a great amount of trauma, or you're unaware that you've experienced a great amount of trauma in your life, emotional trauma that is. But if we're sort of having to battle through the day or get to the end of the week or whatever it is, sort of thing, it elicits, at least in my mind, an imagination of having to survive to get through something. And anything that's moving into a survival response does go into that fight, flight, freeze, sort of how we respond to a threat. And if we feel constantly at threat, if we feel like we're constantly at war with things, it might be because it was our response to something that happened to us, but is not actually us. It's just what happened to us within our bodies, and by releasing that stored stuff, we can start to move into a more peaceful state. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services, and thank you for taking part in this EFT tapping.